Hi there, I'm Zoe, and this is our game, Kirby Ally Adventure. So the whole point of this game is that you and your little buddies go run around the board and collect as many resources as you can by stepping on all of these little encounter tiles before the turn number hits any of these, in which case they will fight a mini-boss, and then once they've defeated the final boss on the 20th turn, they win the game. And you are able to collect abilities from the enemy encounter cards, which are here, which you get by landing on these little exclamation stars, and you can collect food items, which you get by landing on the little purple hearts. And once you beat an enemy in combat, you get to take their ability, and the ability will modify the stats here as such. So say you're able to kill this enemy, which is a cutter type enemy, Sir Kibble. Kirby would go into combat, and you would roll dice accordingly, with Kirby rolling a d4, and the cutter always deals the same amount of attack each time. You would go back and forth with Kirby attacking first, and until either one of them is at 0 HP. If Kirby defeats them, then they would get the cutter ability. Let's take a look at that, for example. So the abilities go here, and you can put 2 of them on your little board at once. And if you have excess, you can trade it with one of your other players or just discard it. So the cutter ability would add 3 to Kirby's HP and 2 to Kirby's attack. So you would roll the d4 to determine Kirby's attack, and then you would add 2 to it. And the shield down here is a value that some abilities give you. Basically, it just is subtracted from the attack damage that Kirby receives. So if Kirby is going to deal 5 damage, but he has 2 shield, then Kirby only receives 3 damage from the enemy. So let's put that back. You can play between 1 to 4 players. For this example, I'll be playing with 2 players, even though I'm the only one here. Here, let's get him out of there. Right there. And right there. So, typically you would roll a d4 to determine who goes first. Let's say pink Kirby gets a 1 and blue Kirby gets a 4, so blue Kirby will go first. Yeah, so the turn phases go as follows. First, you start out with the preparation phase, in which you can use food items, which you start the game with just 1 food item. So in your preparation phase, you could use a food item or trade abilities with one of your allies. And then in your movement phase, you would roll a d4, and then you'd move that many spaces. And then if you land on one of these, then after your movement turn is the encounter turn, where, say you land on a purple heart, you draw one of these, and then you keep it in your inventory for later. But if you were to land on a blue one, you would go into an enemy encounter with that Sir Kibble that we were just talking about earlier. So after 5 turns have gone by of going around the board as such, you fight a boss. And you keep track of the turn order, or the turn number over here. So the first boss would be Wispy Woods. And everyone takes turns in the same turn order that they would move in. They take turns attacking Wispy Woods, and then Wispy Woods would attack them back until Wispy Woods is defeated. And the way that you win the game is by defeating all 4 of the bosses. So without further ado, I will do a little demo here. Let's see. Alright, so blue's gonna go first. Now it's pink's turn. And a 1. They can land on the same space. So it looks like it's blue's turn again. Got a 3. 1, 2, 3. And now it's the encounter phase. Gonna fight a Waddle Doo. Now it does help to have something to write on. If this were in person, you'd use a piece of scratch paper, but unfortunately we do not have scratch paper, so we'll have to use a note card. Just make this a little bit smaller. This is optional. You could keep track of it in your head if you want. It's just a little bit easier to keep track of Kirby's health on a flashcard. So right now Kirby has 20 out of 20 health. So the Waddle Doo, let's see, so first Kirby goes. Two. So now what I'll do is at 3. What I'll do will deal 3 attack damage to Kirby. Kirby will go again. And deal 1. Now what I'll do is at 2. And what I'll do will deal 3 attack damage to Kirby. And the Waddle Doo is defeated. So now that the Waddle Doo is defeated, we get to harvest his ability. We'll just put him in the discard pile over here. This can be the discard pile. And get a beam ability. So this is going to add 3 to our attack every turn and give us a shield of 2. So now it's Pink's turn. Pink landed on a food card, so they get to take it. And now it's Blue's turn, but it's their preparation phase, so since they're a little low on health, they're going to use this. And this will heal themselves by 5 HP, so now they're going to be at full health. Let's get this in the discard pile. Let's see, that was turn 3. Very important to keep track of what turn you're on. So now it's Kirby's turn. Wait. This one. This one? See, on the bridges you can choose which direction you want to go. So they've moved 1 space, and I think since they'd land either here or here, they'd rather go this way. Then they get to go into combat again. Alright, so this is a Blade Knight. Alright. So like before, Kirby will go first. Deal 3 attack damage. So now they're at 5 HP. They're going to deal 4. Wait. No, they're at 2 HP. So you have to remember, it's very important. First you roll the d4 to get 3, and then you add on +3 for the beam ability. So the Blade Knight is actually at 2 HP. So that means this attack will kill it. Because I only rolled a 1 here, but since I have +3 in the attack, it'll do 4 damage, and since it had 2 HP left, it is dead. So let's put this in the discard pile. And grab ourselves a sword ability. Now the sword ability adds 1 to your health. So this is actually going to add 1 to the max health as well as to the current health. So now instead of 16 out of 20, Kirby has 17 out of 21. So now it's the pink Kirby's turn. And they get to move 4. 1, 2. I think this one's going to go this way. 3, 4. And they land on the same spot, but they also get an encounter. Ooh, okay. Let's make a copy of this. Over here, for this Kirby. This Kirby has 20 out of 20 HP. Let's see. Ability Spark, HP 7. Alright, so first, this one's just going to roll a d4 to determine how much damage they do. 3. Now they're at 4 health. They're going to deal 4 damage to Kirby. Now Kirby's going to roll again. And they got a 4. That killed it. Going to put it in the discard pile. And give Kirby a Spark ability. I think I forgot to calculate the shield over here, so... yeah, I think... that's probably fine. Oh, okay. There's a lot to keep track of here. but... So if Kirby had 2 shield, then that would have negated 2 of the damage that Kirby would have taken. So really, Kirby would be at 19 out of 21. Okay, easy fix, easy fix. So now, it's a little hard to play this with controlling 2 players. It would be a lot easier to keep track of it if I had more people to help me record this, but doing what I can. So now it's the blue Kirby's turn again, and they will go to turn 4. They can roll their sweet little dice, because they don't have any food items to use, and they get a 3. 1, 2. Now they could go back this way, or they could continue forward, and I think they're going to continue forward. Now it's time for the pink Kirby to go. And they get a 3. Wow, they really are just little buddies there, huh? Right? But now, it's turn 5. Oh boy. Alright. So now that it's turn 5, instead of doing a normal turn, we draw the boss card. Let's see. So first, blue Kirby's gonna go, and they're gonna deal... roll a dice. 4 plus 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, plus another 3, that is 10. They're going to deal 10 damage, so now Wispy Woods only has 20 HP. Now the pink Kirby's going to go, and they're going to deal 2 plus 2, so that's 4. So now they only have 16 health left. But now Wispy Woods is going to go, and they're going to deal 4 damage to everybody, except this guy has 3 shield, so they're only going to deal 1 damage to this guy. Now 4 damage to this one. They do have a 2 shield, so they're only going to deal 2 damage. As you can see, there's a lot to keep track of, but trust me, it would be a lot easier if there were multiple people, because normally you're only supposed to keep track of 1 player. But for the sake of this demo, I'm controlling 2 players. So now it's going to be blue Kirby's turn again, and this guy only has, I think it was 16 HP left. Gonna deal 1 plus 3 plus 3 is 7, so that's 14 minus 7? That's 6? 7? I think it's 7. 14 minus 7 is... yeah, okay. So now it's pink Kirby's turn. 1 plus 2, 3. So they only have like 4 HP left, but they still get 1 more attack. They're going to deal 4, but they're only dealing 1 to this guy because they have such a high shield stat. They're going to deal 4 to this Kirby, except they have 2 shields, so they're only going to deal 12. And now blue Kirby's going to roll again to attack. And they only have 4 HP left, so with a 1 plus 3 plus 3 attack, Wispy Woods is dead and can now be discarded. Let's just go a little bit longer to see where this goes. Alright, so blue Kirby doesn't have any food, so they can't do anything, so they'll just go ahead and roll. 2, 1, 2. So now it's Kirby's turn, but he's looking a little low on health, so he's going to use his hot dog on his preparation phase. That'll heal 5 HP. And now he's going to go 1 space. And hey, look! I got a cheeseburger. Awesome. Okay, so now it's blue Kirby's turn again, and let's see, we're actually on turn 7 because that turn we just took was turn 6. Gonna roll the dice again, move 1, and that's that. Now pink Kirby is gonna roll the dice again, and move 4. 1, let's see, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, we're definitely gonna go this way, because then we're gonna land on an event tile. Here we go. Let's see what it is. It's a cutter! Alright, this guy's got 9 HP and 3 attack. So first and foremost, Kirby's gonna roll the d4. deal 3 damage plus 2, so that's 5 damage. So Sir Kibble only has 4 HP left. And then Sir Kibble's going to deal 3 attack minus the 2 shield, so only 1 damage to Kirby. As you can see, the more abilities Kirby gets, the stronger they become, so it's a lot easier to fight all the little enemies, because then you get stronger and stronger as the game progresses. Alright, so now Kirby's gonna probably take this guy out. Yeah, he's definitely dead. So now Kirby's gonna grab a cutter ability. And see cutter. Let's see, I think I missed that Spark has +1 to health, but Cutter also has +3 to health, so that's +4 to health. So we're going to edit this real quick. 24, and remember, it adds to total and the current. So now instead of 16 out of 20, they have 20 out of 24. And I should have added the Spark earlier, but I've got a lot to keep track of with playing multiple characters. But let's see, so now that Kirby's done with his turn, it's turn 8. Let's just get to turn 10 and then we'll call it a day. So now this Kirby's gonna go. They're gonna move 3 spots. I think they're gonna go this way. 1, 2, 3. They can't do anything now. Now it's this Kirby's turn. They're gonna go 3. 1, 2, 3. Alright, now it's turn 9. This Kirby's gonna go 4 spots. 1, 2, 3. Now because of this arrow, they can only go in this direction around it. So it looks like they're gonna have to go 3 and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. But hey, they landed on an event tile. So that means they get to fight a monster. Let's see. Oh, this guy's gonna be easy to kill. There's no way. This guy's a little weak guy. Look at how strong Kirby is now. Alright, Kirby rolls. Gets a 3 plus 3 plus 3. And this guy is no match. So this guy is done for. So now Kirby can make some choices here, because he's already so strong because he's got these 2 abilities, but this one has some slightly different stats. Does he want them? Does he want them? Sorry. Let's see. I think... See, because honestly, this Kirby, if they were to take the Needle ability, they'd get +4 in health, but they are already fine with the amount of health they have, right? And they are really enjoying dealing 3 attack damage plus 3 attack damage, and this one's only +1, so they're not really going to want to keep that. They like the combination they have now. But this guy over here, they're liking the beefy lifestyle, because they've already got the Cutter, which is +3, and attack +2 on both. But they don't really like the shield so much. Maybe they think that health would be more valuable than the shield. So they're actually going to get rid of the Spark. And the other guy, the blue guy, is going to give this ability to the pink one. So now they have +4 health. So instead of +1, it's +4. So that's going to be another 3. So that's going to be 23 out of 27. So now this guy is really beefy. And this ability can just be discarded. We'll actually just put this back in the pile of abilities. Yeah. Jesus. Come on. There we go. Okay. We're running a little long here, but it looks like now it's the pink Kirby's turn, and then it's going to be the next boss fight. Let's see. So this guy's good on health, but this guy's looking a little low. So pink Kirby's actually going to use his preparation turn to use the cheeseburger on the blue Kirby. So he's basically going to give him a cheeseburger, which heals him for 5 HP. So let's see, 17, 18, 19. Yeah, that's going to make him full health. Perfect timing too, because it is now turn 10. And on turn 10, we fight a boss. And here's King Dedede. We'll get this all sorted out, and then that'll be enough of the demo. Okay, so blue Kirby's going to go first, and they're very strong. So 2 plus 3 plus 3 is 8. I think I'm going to make a card for King Dedede because it is too much math to do in my head. Alright. So 2 plus 3 plus 3, that's 8. So now we're going to subtract 8 from that. 27? Yeah, 27. So now it's going to be Pink Kirby's turn. 3. 3 plus 1 plus 2. That is 6? Yeah, 6. So now King Dedede is only at 21 HP, but he also has 5 attack. And this guy's got 3 shield, so it's going to do 2 damage to this guy. And to this guy doesn't have any shield, so it's going to deal 5 attack damage to this guy. So they're going to be stuck with 18. But now it's Blue Kirby's turn again. He's a powerhouse, so he's going to do a quick little roll here and deal 3 plus 3 plus 3 damage. That's 9. So now King Dedede is all the way down to 12? Yeah, 12. Let's stick with that. Let's call that a day. I think it would be useful to have a calculator on hand for this game, but unfortunately I don't have one with me right now. Alright. Now it's Pink Kirby's turn. 4 damage! Wow! Lucky. 4 plus 1 plus 2. That is 7. So King Dedede is already almost dead. With 5 left. But now it's King Dedede's turn to go, and he's going to do 5 attack, but this guy has 3 shields, so it's only going to do 2 to him. So they're at 17. And 5 attack damage to this guy, that's going to be 5 whole attack damage. Oh jeez. Down to 13. Down to 17 and 13. Okay, but I think the Blue Kirby can get him in this round, because their attack stat is so high. Let's see, 2 plus 3 plus 3. Yeah, King Dedede is definitely dead. So with that, they progress to turn 11 and keep on going. And that's all the time I have now for this demo, but if we were to continue, we'd see Meta Knight, and finally the final boss is Marks, and he's got 40 HP and 6 attack, so he is a force to be reckoned with. But that's all for now. I hope this was fun. I'll put a link to download the game yourself in Steam in the description of this video, and I hope you enjoyed.